Hi everyone, welcome back to our Science Funds edition. As you can see, I got my lab coat on and my safety glasses. If you guys don't have a lab coat at home, throw on a piece of clothing that you don't mind if it gets splashed on. We are only using baking soda and vinegar, so your shirt or your clothing is not going to get ruined, but if you don't want it to get splashed, then maybe put something older on. And then for safety glasses, the reason I'm wearing these is maybe before you've been eating salt and vinegar chips and you accidentally rubbed your eye, you would have noticed that it really burned. So we are using vinegar today in our experiment, and we're doing an exploding snowman, which means there's going to be an explosion, more so of a pop, and I would never want the vinegar to splash up on your face and get into your eye, because that does hurt. So if you have a pair of glasses lying around, please throw those on. The other thing I wanted to mention is that I was really hoping to get to do this experiment outside. We got some really nice white fluffy snow the other day, but this morning when I woke up, it was raining outside and all that fluffy snow had turned into grass. So I'm going to show you guys this in my home, but please feel free to go outside, fill up your ingredients into your bag, and then just bring the vinegar in a water bottle and you can pour it into the bag outside and watch your exploding snowman experiment occur in the great outdoors. You can also add some food coloring into your bag, and this will make a fun, colorful snow imprint on the snow that you complete your experiment on. Okay, so let's get started. The ingredients that you're going to need today and supplies are very simple, and you probably already have them at home. You need paper towel. If you don't have paper towel, you can use toilet paper, but just make sure that you, if you're using like say 2 little squares, pull off 4 so that you can wrap it around twice, just to give you time to shut the bag when you pour the vinegar in. You'll see what I'm speaking about once I get a little bit further into the experiment. Then you're going to need baking soda and just a teaspoon. I have my vinegar already measured, so I'm using 1.5 cups while I'm showing you guys, while I'm demonstrating this to you. The recipe online calls for 1 to 2 glasses, so you guys can experiment and see what happens when you use less vinegar and when you use more vinegar. And then I have permanent markers, so I'm going to draw a little cute snowman face on my bag. That's what we call it, an exploding snowman, but maybe you guys can come up with a different creative idea. Whatever you decide to draw will be perfect. And then I have a Ziploc bag. So what I learned from experimenting with this experiment, so trying this with different kinds of bags, so I wanted to make sure that it worked for you guys on video, is that the Ziploc, like the name brand Ziploc, if you are using that, you will have to use more vinegar or more baking soda in order for it to make like a louder pop. But if you just use the ingredients, so just the 1 cup vinegar for 3 cups baking soda, you'll just have to wait a bit longer, but your bag still will pop. If you want a faster reaction, then use more vinegar and more baking soda. And then I wanted to show you this. I won't demonstrate this on camera, but please do so at home and let me know what the results are. So I wanted to try different sizes bags. So I have like a smaller bag here, and then I have a larger bag. So you guys can also do this at home with different sizes of bags. And I also wanted to show you don't need just a sandwich bag. You can experiment with a bunch of different sizes. If you have like a huge freezer bag, you'd need a lot of baking soda and vinegar, but that'd be a really cool experiment to try. So with your permanent markers, we're going to go ahead and get started. You're going to draw a snowman face onto your bag. So I'm just going to place 2 little stone eyes and then a pebble mouth. So I'm just drawing circles to form a smile. Because in my idea of a snowman is they're always smiling. Now maybe we should be drawing a sad face because we're going to be exploding them, but again, that's up to you. And then using my orange permanent marker, I'm just drawing a carrot nose. Boop. Adding the face just makes the experiment more believable and kind of adds a story to it. Now, before we go ahead and do add the baking soda and vinegar, as well as use the paper towel, you guys might want to talk with your parent or whoever you're doing this experiment with about a hypothesis. So what a hypothesis is, it's an educated guess. So I'm not sure if you have or haven't before, but if you've maybe done a volcano in school using vinegar and baking soda, once the baking soda and the vinegar reacted together, so they had a chemical reaction, it bubbled out of the top of the volcano. So the same thing's gonna happen with this. So maybe in your hypothesis, you could write down, do you think it's gonna be a loud pop, a quiet pop? Do you think that it's gonna ooze out onto the ground? Or do you think it's gonna spray up into the air? So these are all fun things to speak about before you do your experiment, and then to see if your hypothesis was correct after you've done the experiment. So let's get started with the actual experiment. So ripping off a piece of paper towel, this is just a normal square. If you have the paper towel that it has like a cut in the middle, use two squares. So it's more like a rectangle shape. You want to use two so you have a nice square. And then taking your teaspoon, you're going to pour in or scoop out 3 scoops of baking soda. So 3 teaspoons of baking soda. Again, you guys can experiment with different measurements and let me know how it goes for you. Then you're just going to simply wrap your baking soda inside of your paper towel. So there's no right or wrong way, just as long as you can seal the baking soda from coming out. So you're going to have like a little square at the end like this. And then you're just going to simply place that inside of your bag. Now, before I pour the vinegar in, I'm going to, I wanted to mention that you're going to want something on your table. So right now I'm using a tablecloth for easy cleanup, but you could do this in a bowl or a pot. Unless you're going outside, then that's even better idea. You can also do this in your shower, like in the tub portion, or you can do it in the sink, but always make sure that you have something underneath your snowman, okay? So I'm going to pour the vinegar in, but I'm going to put the camera at a better angle so you guys can see the result. Okay, so now that I have a plate underneath my exploding snowman, we can go ahead and get started. So just opening your bag, the top of your bag, and after you have your baking soda inside of your paper towel, you're going to pour the vinegar in. So before I start pouring, I'm going to have to move a little bit quickly, as are you. So once you pour the vinegar in, don't get panicked. Nothing's gonna happen right away, but you want to try to close your bag as quickly as possible, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and pour it in, and then we're going to secure the bag like so. And then I'll wait for your bag to start, and then I'll talk about what's happening. So by now, I'm sure that you can see your bag is starting to expand. So what's happening now is the baking soda that you had in your paper towel is now mixing with the vinegar. So it's creating a chemical reaction. So the bag will start to fill with carbon dioxide. And that's why you see the bag start to swell up until the pressure becomes too much. And then we'll see what happens when the pressure becomes too much. At the beginning, if you notice that your bag isn't expanding, just give it a little shake right at the beginning, and then it'll start the chemical reaction a little bit faster. And now it's in anticipation. It's so exciting. Waiting to see what's going to happen. Bag's expanding. Once the bag starts getting big like that, you don't want to touch it. You just want to leave it go until it pops. And there you have it. Hopefully you heard that loud pop as your snowman exploded. I hope you guys enjoyed this experiment as much as I did, and I hope that you have fun experiment with different sizes of bags, and hopefully you get to go outside and create this in the snow. Thanks so much for tuning in, and we'll see you next time. Bye.